So when I looked at it, I said, we need to stop eating this. This is poison. She said, what?
In the middle of me cooking it.
Yeah.
One way that I found to protect my marriage is to kind of cover it in prayer.
We both have different ways of dealing with like conflict resolution. For myself, I need time to process my emotion and like so I don't lash it out and throw it all at her.
Welcome to Pastor JoJo. This is another good time. If it's your first time to be on this platform, there is messages of hope. We share testimonies, troubles, and successes. But all of these is to encourage you and to give you hope because we know that God works with imperfect people. Today is a good day because I have a group of so many people surrounding me, and we're going to be talking about relationship. We had couples talking about troubles during the time of dating, and today we'll talk about love and relationship in marriage. All these people are young couples, and they have been married between 1 to 7 years. So it's going to be an amazing time to hear these stories. We had a hard time before we started, people mic dropping, people getting nervous because of this conversation, but it's going to be a really good time. So if you haven't subscribed, consider doing that. Let's start by welcoming everybody. Welcome to Pastor JoJo Podcast.
Hello, hello.
Hello. I'll start from that side. Let's do a little introduction. Tell us who you are and your marital status and a little bit on that marital status.
My name is Kay. I've been married to Josh for 1 year now. Yeah, that's it.
I'm Josh.
Hi,
And yeah, married to Kay. Yeah.
My name is Casey, and I've been married to Joseph for how many years?
The maximum, we say.
7 years.
My name is Joseph, the host of Pastor JoJo Podcast, married to this beautiful lady for 7 good years.
Oh, wow. Hi, my name is Jill. I've been married to Chris since 2020. I'll say that. I can't do fast math.
6
6
years.
years. Almost 6 years, so it'll be 6 in October.
Hi, I'm Chris. Thank you.
Who are you married to?
I'm married to Jill for 6 years now, so according to her, since
20.
Let me check.
I know.
since 2020.
There. And this is how we're going to start. Let's start from before getting married. I want to ask everybody, what helped you know that you are ready to marry your partner? But ready in terms of spirituality, emotions, and mental.
Can't even remember yesterday. I'm trying to think of, because when it was me and Jill dating, I was still in Edmonton at that time. And honestly, I think Edmonton for me it's a city in Canada. If you guys do not know, it was a kind of a blur to me, to be honest. And then a lot of good times, but kind of a blur. And then me and Jill started dating, I think few years before I left Edmonton. And what made me ready? Emotionally, spiritually,
And mentally.
and mentally? I don't know. That's a good. There's a lot of factors to it. I don't know. I
So
I
excited
cannot.
to hear your answer.
Why are you putting me in the spot? Like that?
I don't know.
What's a good answer?
It's not about what's a good answer.
What's a good answer?
What's the real answer?
No, I remember when we were long distance, we would be supporting each other a lot. You know, I don't remember if it was mostly spiritually, but a lot of the stuff, you know, that we talk about, like each other's goals and stuff, that made me think, oh, if we can do this in long distance, we could probably do this, you know. when we're
okay.
together.
Yeah, I think that like my answer would be similar to that in
Oh,
that
she's
line of
copying me.
no, I'm not copying you. In that line of thinking where because we started dating long distance. I was still in Dubai and he was in Edmonton, and like I had dated people in Dubai. Sorry, mom. I dated there, but like I just can't get there like mentally or like emotionally. I'm like it's not jiving like my personality and stuff like that. And then I reconnected with him, and so I was like, and it felt like easy in terms of just like talking with him and like our wavelength or whatever. um, so in that sense, and then I was also kind of the age train. I was like, okay, I don't want to miss it. So I was like, maybe this is it. And then I guess so in that sense, that's like how emotionally and mentally I thought I was ready. And then for spiritually, I've told Chris this before, where I was towards the end of our dating and the beginning of our marriage is different to where I was when we started dating, spiritually speaking. But I feel like I knew I was ready when I started praying that I remember praying, God, please, if this is not the man you have for me, please like take away all like these feelings of like love and like the desire to be with him and all that stuff away from me. And I feel like that's when I felt like I was ready spiritually because I was asking God to like lead me in that sense. Yeah.
I was ready spiritually. I was not ready financially. I
Okay.
was broke, and broke. This beautiful lady said, "Yeah, I can marry you because I know you're a rich guy in the future."
When did I say
So-
that?
Yeah, but for sure, I was ready emotionally. I was ready spiritually. Except financially. Yeah.
Yeah, I think because we met in Rwanda. So we met when I did my first mission trip. And before that, like, I prayed to the Lord and I said, okay, because I was seeing people and then just like you, Jill, I was like, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm done. So before the mission trip, I told the Lord, like, okay, God, the next person that I'm going to date, I want it to be from you kind of thing. And I want it to lead to glorify you and to lead through marriage. So it wasn't particularly because it was him. And then when I met him in Rwanda, he became like my translator. So I got to know him and stuff like that. And it just seemed like he was the one. Like I just knew. You know that saying, if you know, you know. So that's what I had. And then when I came back here, we started talking about marriage and stuff, and it just became natural. Like in my mind, I was like, okay, this is the person I'm gonna marry. So, yeah.
I just wanted to point out that I don't know if this is intentional or not, but like everyone that's sitting here is like gone through the whole long distance
Oh,
kind
that's
of
right.
relationship.
Oh yeah.
Ours wasn't quite, Dubai to Edmonton or Rwanda to BC, but we were a measly 1 hour difference.
On our
On
flight.
our,
1 hour flight.
well, it's
And time
closer,
difference.
yeah.
Yeah.
For
That
time
counts.
zone difference.
Yeah.
But in terms of knowing when, at least speaking for myself, when I was ready, honestly, I didn't really think too much about whether I was ready mentally, spiritually, emotionally. In my mind and my heart, over the time that we had been dating, she had become like the person I wanted to spend the most of my time with. And it's just the thought of like starting a life together and closing the gap has been like my biggest motivator when it comes to like working or making the decisions that that pertain to like the future, like what I was planning on doing with my life. And she was kind of one of the biggest aspects on like why I chose why I do, and yeah, I guess that's how I felt, and that's how I knew I was ready.
No pressure. Okay. Well, I also like leading up to marriage. I don't know that I had a moment where I was like, okay, now I'm ready to get married. I think before we've dated for quite a while before we got married. We dated for 6 years. And when we started dating, it was kind of also like there wasn't really like I didn't really see it coming either. But even when we started dating, I kind of had like this feeling in the back of my head, like you can't let this go. This is who God has for you. And I guess when it was around the time we were kind of talking about like, oh, do we have plans for the future? Are we thinking of getting married soon? I don't know that I would say like, oh, I'm ready to get married right now. But I knew that if he had asked, I would be ready to move forward with him in planning our life together. Spiritually, I would say also like there wasn't like a moment where I was like, now I'm ready. I'm like fully grown spiritually in that sense, but I also knew that if we if we had gotten married and if we grew together, we would also be growing spiritually together, and that was a big part of me. Even when part of my decision when we started dating as well, like he was someone I could grow in the Lord with as well, and of course the emotional part, I was ready there.
I feel like
Yeah.
emotional does come first.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but like knowing when you're spiritually ready, it does help that we kind of came from the same sort of values and same yeah, just how important putting God is in like our lives. That was pretty central to our identities, and that made it really easy to move forward in that aspect. And that it was not really something that we had to really think about, because we kind of knew that God would be the major central role in
That's nice.
our future moving forward.
Just kidding.
So, looking back, what conversations do you think every couple should have before getting married? So, you can use your example of the conversations you had or the conversation you realized you didn't have before getting married, and now you have to have them, like starting from zero.
In our experience, I don't think there is a specific conversation that can prepare you, you know, like it will just be, you know, like what Kay said and Josh said, it would be, or for what we experienced as well, it would be just you guys talking, then suddenly out of nowhere, you know, you guys are going to start dating, and then a few years down the line, you'll find out, you just one day where you'll wake up, open your eyes and be like, that's the person. That's the person. Even though you let's say a lot of the time you can be just together, or even on Skype. It was Skype
It was
back then. Right? Like, oh my gosh. For Skype, for people who don't know Skype, it was pre-Zoom.
Yeah, that's right. It was
But yeah, it could be one of those times where you can just be on Skype or together, not even say a word to each other, and you kind of know, in our experience at least, that there's the person I want to be with. And you know, like I guess the conversation rolls after knowing that, you know, that you want to be with that person for the rest of your life, or try at least. That's the experience I had personally for us. I don't know. Maybe.
No, sorry. I was thinking of like a conversation that
Oh.
we should have that we didn't.
Okay. Yeah.
Because like that's also like related, right? Like if there was a question, if there was a conversation, I think. Oh no.
That oh no is scary.
I'm posing myself. I got this. No, maybe. No.
Can we
I
zoom
think-
in on her? Yeah, zoom in
I
on
don't
her.
necessarily think that we didn't have the conversation, but maybe looking back, like in hindsight, right? I would probably try to have a more structured conversation about like family in terms of like how we want to, because we both grew up in different families, right? Like I guess everybody did. Like, but like.
I would hope so.
I'm sure everybody did. Let me correct myself. I'm sure everybody did. And yeah, well, you guys did too. But I think in hindsight, I would have liked to have a conversation of like, okay, what worked for your family dynamic that you would want to carry on to the family that you're creating together. I feel like that would have been helpful in terms of like coming in and building like habits between the both of us now that we're married. And because in my opinion, at least, like we're creating our own family, we're creating our own traditions, and so I guess having that conversation would have helped in terms of establishing, okay, this is what I liked to carry on from my family, this is what you liked, and let's see how that can work together. I think that's one conversation I would have tried to have. Yeah.
I think there's a lot of conversations that kind of need to happen before you decide to really like pursue marriage and like spending the rest of your life with this person. There's a lot of difficult questions, like your outlook on your career. If you're a career focused person, like would you be able to make sacrifices, or even like family on its own, building a family, what does that look like? Is children going to be a part of the future? And if that's something that you both want, or if you're both capable of, it's like a whole different story. I mean, I know there's a lot of things that love can kind of put a blanket over when especially like in the dating stages, but these are all like questions that will come to surface when you actually pursue life with this other person down the line, and you kind of have to both be in alignment or come to some sort of compromise where at least you have an understanding at the very least, because there's a few things that are very difficult to navigate when you actually have already committed your life to this person. And having these conversations, maybe not super early on, but like, relatively early on in the dating stage, can kind of help you decide whether the person that you're seeing is someone that you could see yourself spending the rest of your life with.
Thinking of what you just said, I come from a family where we are 8 siblings. My wife, there are only two. I remember when we were talking about the size of the family, how many kids do we want to have? I always told her how many? Minimum four. Minimum. And she always said one or two, that's it. And we talked and we didn't seem to have any number. We say, okay, we're okay with this one. But we just talked about it. We were like, we're not trying to find a resolution here. We're just having a conversation to see preferences and choices. Now, after getting married, it's very surprising. The Lord has so far blessed us with 3 kids. And we talk, and the conversation is completely different. It's completely different. When we're talking, I go, how many? She goes, however many the Lord gives us. And I go, amen, hallelujah. So when you said when we love each other in the dating season, there are things we put a blanket on. Sometimes it's probably because we're scared of hurting each other, or we don't see that as a priority, but we can just talk about it. We might not have a conclusion, a final touch on that, or we can also decide something, but also after getting married, we realize, oh, let's change our mind. Like how it happened. That's one thing I think people should talk about, the size of the family and what they want. Okay, now that we talked about this kind of love that covers stuff when we're dating, let's look back and see what we used to think about what love is when we were dating and right now. Is there a difference? Give us a preview of what you used to think and what you think about love right now in your relationship.
Everything that you used to do, that personally, and you're willing to put it all aside to talk and to be with the person. I think that's love.
That's what you thought.
I think so.
Okay. For me, okay. So the question. Sorry, what was the question?
So
Are we speaking like in the past tense?
Yeah, right.
past and present. You can compare
okay.
past and present.
Compare
What
past
did you
and
think
present.
love was when you're dating and what is it
Yeah.
right now?
I think, yeah, so for me in the past as well, it's like, yeah, if I'm willing to like not be with my family so I can Skype him kind of thing, like, ooh, that stuff. Or like we always talk about, yeah, sacrifice and all that stuff. But like really right now, I think love is like, how many times are you willing to forgive? Like in my mind right now, like, then to still like choose this person even if
Which person?
this person. Like I guess that's no, I know.
Touch me again.
Touch me, give me comfort. Thank you. Yeah, so that's my comparison to what I thought love was before and what I think it is now after like almost 6 years of marriage. Yeah, cool.
So probably I'll ask both of you, do you still sacrifice, put things aside for each other like you used to do when you were living in 2 different countries?
The funny you said that because it was when we were still long distance. She would always say, "Oh, my family and friends, they're gonna go have coffee outside, or they're gonna do this and spend time with so and so and do this with so and so." But I was the one telling her to go and spend time with them because she wants to move here. And when she moves here, she's not gonna have those times anymore. Not only that, it's about 12 o'clock in the morning, and I need to sleep.
we had a 12-hour difference.
12 hours difference,
Yeah.
right? So morning to her is night to me. So I'm like telling her to spend time with her family and before she comes here, because a lot of her time before was with her family. And yeah, it's nice to spend some time on to chat, to catch up on our days, but her days with her family was gonna kind of run out, and yeah, it would be. She loves her family, she loves her parents, and now it's like so limited now compared to an abundance of unlimited 24/7 hours with them, right?
Yeah.
So.
But do you still like? So, because you also agree that like the whole sacrifice is one way of like what love is, right? Oh, like, do you still sacrifice things right now?
Some.
At least you're truthful.
Huh? So, I'm a very like what she hates about me. It's like I'm a very personal guy, like a personal person.
Private, I think.
Private.
Yeah.
Like I love my personal times. I love my
personal times.
quiet times,
Yeah, he
and
does.
because my work, like, it's a loud place to be, and then having that few hours of deafening silence. I need it for like on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we did struggle with that a little bit because I like to talk. And so I think that's, I guess, in a sense, a sacrifice where we had to kind of meet in the middle. And I had to kind of be like, okay, he likes his silence. I like to talk about my day, like after work when I get home. Like, okay, what happened today? Like, tell me everything. And he's just like, yeah, it's good.
And I'm
No,
just
give
like,
me details. Give me details, right?
Yeah.
And so I guess in a way, the sacrifice is like, okay, let's pull back. Let's give him silence. Let's give him the silence that he wants, and then we can just, find a middle ground in that sense, I guess. Yeah, but like obviously other things as well, like sacrificing. Even if you're tired, you're still gonna do stuff like that. I feel like the basics.
How about you guys?
I'll go first.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like I can relate to a lot of these. We're long distance, but we're Zoom. Like we're
Okay,
New generation.
new age.
FaceTime and Zoom. A lot of, I don't know. I felt like a lot of our conversations, especially early on, or a lot of our dating is a lot of communication, because like we can't go out and like just have coffee together, or like go and walk. Like everything is so conversation based when you're online, and I can super relate to you. Like I want details. Like give me what time did you wake up? Like what did you do after you? No, just kidding.
Not really.
No, and then he also is very quiet. So I think like before marriage, well, it's not necessarily like exclusive, but a lot of the time when we were dating, it was a lot of like, oh yeah, is he I thought that him, giving up like, or being able to like talk to me in the way that I appreciate was like, that was love. Like he can change a little bit of his like privateness, and he can talk to me like I felt special. Like, oh yeah, he talks to me like I'm his confidant in that way. This doesn't necessarily change after marriage. It's more like mindset, I think, for me, because now I think it's more like exercising understanding of the other person. So like now I'm like, okay, he needs his quiet time, I give him that quiet time. Like a lot of do I do a little bit.
Does she actually?
No, not that was an example. Like there's other things.
And example, exhibiting.
Sometimes, but yeah, a lot of it now is exercising understanding, like being a team, and how can you work together to solve one issue, or how can you give the other person what they need right now. Yeah.
I'd like to hear from my wife.
Oh, the love thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, you and I didn't really date for a long time. I don't even think I would consider what we like had during Rwanda were dates. So on that end, I don't know. But I watched a lot of like Korean dramas and Filipino movies with the love teams and stuff like that. So for a long time, I thought, love was the person making like ligaw.
Wow. Sorry. I couldn't help
And
myself.
like having dates. Yeah, all of those little moments. The guy running in the bridge with the roses, like those things. So I was like, okay, this is what love is. But it's completely different, obviously, now in marriage. It's obviously not that. So I think now when I view love with marriage, it's more what you guys were saying, like sacrifice, understanding, always choosing to continue with Joseph, even if sometimes he might piss me off or
Which I
annoy
don't
me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
For
But
the
choosing
record.
him and being like, okay, this is the person that I'm willing to sacrifice and willing to fight for.
Amen. Now, let's talk about the first year of marriage. I feel like that's the most complicated year. That's the year when you live together. Okay, maybe not marriage because we have some
Yeah.
long distance. And I think in our first year, we weren't together. I was in Rwanda.
Us too.
So we were together in our
You were in
second
Rwanda?
year. Yeah.
She was in Rwanda.
No, I said we weren't together.
She's like, us too.
Hold on, I don't remember that.
So Chris and Jill, she was in Dubai, you were in Canada. She was in Canada, I was in Rwanda. He was in Edmonton, you're in BC, right? Still have to go and come back. First year is, now let's talk about the first year together.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything that you remember? I know you remember a lot, but one thing that you choose to share with us today that you look at and makes you laugh, whether it's something you did or something your partner did, and you look at it and you say, that was foolishness.
When we first started living together, Jill didn't know how to cook.
Okay.
She didn't know how to cook, and of course, at first I was like, "Oh, that's cute." I taught her, blah blah blah. It's funny and cute, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm not trying to bash on her right now. What I'm trying to say is I'm actually proud because now that we have a child, a 2-year-old son, and we've been married for 6 years now.
Almost, yeah.
Now she's like going home and asking, "Oh, what do you guys want me to make?" Blah 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 blah. And she figured it out a bit.
Figured it out.
There's hope.
No, you know why I'm laughing is because I think I have a photo.
Yeah, no, I have a photo.
Yeah, of the first time I made like some salmon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, Chef Jill is in the house.
And I sent it to my family. Like I sent
So proud.
so proud. I was
Yeah,
chopping up
yeah.
like salmon at the cubes.
Can we
or
get that
whatever.
picture,
Yeah, I
please?
think I can
We'll
send it
put
to you
it on
guys.
the screen.
Yeah, sure. I'll send it to you
it
guys. But yeah, no, I remember that. That was funny.
Foolishness in the first year. I don't think I can think of a single time.
Don't lie.
Not once, I don't think. I don't know.
Hey, just
good
for the
answer,
record,
Josh.
behind the cameras, Josh,
We have immunity after this, right?
you do. Behind the camera, we were counting on Josh when we come to this place.
Should have found
What,
it.
what are you gonna say?
No, I'm racking my brain. I can't think of anything.
Oh wow.
Are you just like
has
1 month past the year? You guys are just 1 month past?
This
Yeah.
is our
Yeah.
first year that we got married in May. So it's still May.
Yeah.
May's not even over yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be fresh, Josh.
Yeah,
It
literally.
should be fresh in the brain. Dude.
Yeah, not a single time.
Not one.
Yeah.
I have something.
The way she put the mic in her mouth.
No, it's not a big thing. I don't know if it's gonna change either, but I feel like he didn't realize how long it took for me to get ready to go to things. And yeah, I think a lot of like the first few times, like the first few months that I think it still happens
still
actually,
ongoing.
that we started living together, and then we would have to get ready to go to church. Like we live a bit far from church, so there would be like, okay, we have to leave at this time and account for traffic or even like other things. And then I think I wasn't used to it either, but then like we would want to have like a little bit of a meal beforehand, like breakfast, and have a quiet morning. But then it was kind of the adjustment of like the time he would start getting ready is way later than how much time I would need to start getting ready. But then I also want to join him in his quiet morning, so I don't start getting ready until later. And then he would be like, okay, we're gonna be late, be ready in 10 minutes. I'm not gonna be ready in 10 minutes. Yeah, and then when he would start rushing me, like, okay, are you gonna be ready? And then I would be like, excuse me, I'm like on the floor, like putting my hair. Yeah, that was a lot of foolishness.
That will continue.
I was gonna say that will
On
continue.
whose side, I don't know.
It's been 6 years, guys. Thank you for the reminder.
I know. I start getting ready 10 minutes earlier than he does now.
Oh,
So we're only a few minutes
Yeah,
late now.
just a few minutes late.
Yeah,
I'm
10
numb
minutes,
to it
a
now.
little bit less late. Yeah.
Love, do you want to share the story of the?
No, you can share. It's my favorite story.
Well, let's hear it.
It's ridiculous.
So when I got to Canada, there was this, I don't want to call it a culture shock, a food shock, because the food is completely different from what I grew up eating. And I'm trying to be very mindful and careful for what I eat. Then one time my wife
Disclaimer,
is cooking.
this is going to offend a lot of Filipinos. Oh, I gotta say.
Okay.
Sorry, Filipinos. I am so sorry. So my wife is making the Filipino pasta, and
Oh,
she's
yeah.
using the sweet sauce.
Oh,
Spaghetti sauce. And I think it's completely different from the one that I see now. I looked at the amount of sugar and the amount of, I think, sodium in that sauce. The sugar looked like it's like the whole sauce is just sugar, like 100%.
It is.
So I said, what is this? And she said, spaghetti sauce. We're going to eat this nice Filipino dish. And it wasn't my first time to eat it, by the way. So when I looked at it, I said, we need to stop eating this. This is poison. She said,
In the
what?
middle of me cooking it.
Yeah. Okay. You didn't have to mention that. And then the mood changed in the kitchen. When I said, this is poison, I saw her face turning red. She started crying and she went, like her face went numb. I said, what just happened? Well, I can't imitate her. When she was crying, she said, you mean my parents have been feeding me poison?
Okay, but in fairness, it's because you said we're eating poison or you're feeding me poison.
I didn't say we're eating poison. I said, this is poison. So the way it sounded, so it sounded like I'm saying her parents are these witches that have been giving this poison to their children for them to end their life. So that's how it sounded. I was like, oh Lord, what have I just done? What have I just said? So that is one story. I look back and I say, sometimes we need to not say what we're thinking or find the best time or the best way to present it. So from that time, I've never called it poison again. So all
What do you call it
Filipinos,
now?
you can love me again.
Okay.
Okay. I eat the pasta.
I mean, there's two brands of it, so I don't know if we can name them, but I'm not
No,
sure.
no.
I'm not sure which one you read the back out of.
Hey, they might be the sponsor
Yeah.
of this podcast next year. So please work on your sugar.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, the next question is about being together. What habits or boundaries have helped you protect your marriage over the last year or the years? Is there any habit or thing you do to protect your love, your relationship?
I mean, I've always been a private person. Like, I don't like to share a lot of my life to everybody. So I think even with our marriage, like, I try not to share a lot of our life or of our marriage in a sense where it's like if we were fighting or whatever. For me personally, I don't like to share that with people. And only because it's like it's between us, it's our business kind of thing. So whenever we fight, like I try to keep it between us. And I think in that sense, it kind of protects our marriage because then it doesn't influence me and what I would think of you at that time. Because obviously, when we're fighting, it's full of emotions. So I'm not looking for validation of whether I'm right or wrong. So I think for me, yeah, it's just keeping our marriage between us, kind of thing.
I think for me, I'm still learning what boundaries are, because the topic of fighting came up, and we have very different conflict resolution styles. So he is also very private, very quiet. I'm like, okay, let's talk it out. Let's talk it out. Let's unpack like what happened. How can we like a little cuckoo like that? But it's so it's learning kind of the middle ground. And I think for me personally, one way that I found to protect my marriage is to kind of cover it in prayer. And so I guess in that sense, kind of like what you said about not running to other people when we fight, I do have some confidants that I go to, and like I really choose like people who will give me godly advice and just kind of just like run to them and ask for prayers. And for me, I think that's the thing that I feel like helps protect our marriage.
You guys fight?
Never.
So sweet.
1 year.
We're still limit testing those boundaries.
We haven't reached that threshold yet.
Walking that line.
So I want to ask this next question, and I know you have to think about it, but since this is a conversation, try to just bring the closest answer. How do you tell the difference between healthy love, so when you're loving your partner in a healthy way, and unhealthy dependence, so when you're choosing to depend on your spouse but in a way that's not healthy? So how do you tell the difference? I'm loving my partner in a healthy way, or I'm depending on them in an unhealthy way?
I think you can kind of just tell by the fruit of what that love does. So if it's like what you said, like where you're almost overly dependent on your partner, where it's getting to the point where it's like self-destructive. You kind of see the outcome on like what it does to you. If it's healthy, then you guys would blossom and grow as people. And yeah, I feel like that it would just be evident in how it kind of manifests in the way people will notice actually.
How do you love me? Healthy.
Question is different.
By depending on you. Because I think for me, if I'm mad or if I don't respect you or whatever,
You don't respect me?
if I don't respect
Okay.
you, then I end up doing things like I'll just do it myself kind of thing. And I think, and you can tell like when, I'll just end up doing everything myself and not even talking to you or asking you or depending on you. So I think for me, it's different where I think I healthily love you when I depend on you.
Okay.
It's your turn.
My turn.
Yeah.
What was the question again?
You haven't been thinking this whole
We're
time.
talking about the difference between healthy love and unhealthy dependence.
No. What?
What?
You don't have an answer for this one?
It's for me.
Or at least have any comments about it?
Yeah, no, because I think he's looking at me because I always like to depend on him. Sometimes he thinks it's destructive to me. Sometimes I think it's not. But I'm realizing that they're because I always claimed that I was independent, but when I got here and it was just different and stuff like that, I depended on him a lot. And he was just kind of pushing me to be find myself and my footing. And so I think healthy, kind of parallel to what Josh was saying, healthy love would be if we're blossoming as a person, as an individual. Even though we are married, we're still kind of, he always likes to say, you're still your own person, all that stuff. So I think healthy love would be finding, still being able to stand up and be happy with who I am as a person versus kind of just depending on him for every decision and everything. So I think that's not a very clear answer, but that's my answer. Yeah. What about you?
Why are you looking at me?
Because it's your turn, Yani. Sorry, you're the next one.
Did he answer?
Oh.
Whoa.
You like that? Turn
We're
it
doing
around.
that.
Next question, please.
I'll take the next one.
So these
Question
three
for 500?
next questions, you don't have to answer them by words. You just raise your hand if you think it's right. If your answer is yes, you
Okay.
keep your hand up. If your answer is no, you just stay the way you are. So this is one of the questions I asked the singles. Who says that it's okay for two people who are still dating before they get married? It's okay for them to be in a dark room for an overnight.
Dark
We're
room
supposed to raise our
overnight?
hands for it.
When it's yes, say it's okay.
You
But you said
agree.
who says
I know
it's-
that was the.
Oh, it's
Yeah, who among you says it's fine for those who are
who's the one that
dating?
decides? No. I was like, yes.
Oh, okay.
Decides.
Let's redo. let's repeat the question.
What?
So this question was asked to the single people.
Okay.
And so if your answer is yes, you raise your hand. If your answer is no, you keep it down.
Okay.
Is it okay for people who are dating to stay in the same room for an overnight?
Dating.
Yeah.
They're just dating.
So before they get
Maybe
married,
would
they're
get
not married. Okay, that's a no. This one was not asked for to single people. I know when people are dating, most of the time you see them walking, holding hands, doing those things. Who among you still hold hands when you're walking?
It's only us. We have an issue.
Well, I have a condition. I have a condition though. As long as your hands are not so sweaty.
This is always just gonna
Put some gloves on.
it's like so sweaty.
Yeah, you just hold it. and then I hold it. Yeah.
What's our excuse? We have
Kids.
There's a
have
kid-
married
Yeah,
kids
we
in
have
between.
kids, yeah. I'm usually holding. You're usually holding the stroller or Isaiah's hand.
yeah.
Oh, so you guys are blaming the kids.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not
Sorry.
blaming them. We're saying we have more hands to hold.
Very small ones.
Great. Okay, let's go to the next question. Should you keep fighting for your marriage when love is still there, but the emotional connection feels a little lost or shaken?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Or just raise hands. My bad.
Okay. Great. All right. The next questions, they're not about yes or no. There is a statistic that shows that 50% of people get married in Canada, they get divorced after a very short time. And part of the reasons that are given are criticism. When the couple, two partners start criticizing each other. But one of the other reasons that is not well taken by some couples is complaint. But when you look at complaint itself is healthy. Because when you're complaining, you say, I don't like this. I don't feel good about this. I do this. So it's the I. But the criticism is about you do this, you don't do this, you don't do that. And criticism will have most of these problems that lead to divorce, like a high speed. So when you think of complaining or criticizing, how have you been doing this time you've been married? This is now a self-examination. Have you been complaining? How do you complain? How do you present it? Have you been criticizing? Why do you do that? Is there a better way or a way that you can work on that? Because we're Christians and we preach that marriage should last. There should be no divorce. People should be together. But little things such as being a policeman or woman at home lead so many people to divorcing. Not because they don't pray, not because they don't all go to church. Some of them go, some of them are faithful to God, but still this affects them. Self-reflection, how have you been doing in the matter of these two things?
Yes.
I am.
No more yes. Okay, Josh will go first.
Well, how am I supposed to answer this question?
It's a self-examination.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been complaining?
Oh, I've been complaining a
Have
lot.
you been criticizing Kay?
I am pretty prone to the occasional criticism. I do. Of you. And I'll try my best not to, of course, but it does happen. But it is something that I'm trying to be mindful of, and just when I get frustrated, that's something that we've had to learn through our 1 year and a month together in marriage. That we both have different ways of dealing with like conflict resolution. For myself, I need time to process my emotion and like so I don't lash it out and throw it all at her. And she wants to resolve it right away so that there's no bad blood in between. Usually that little window is when all the criticism starts to happen. So yeah, it's still kind of something that we're working through, but
Okay, Josh kind of I had the exact same thing. Like I was just thinking of like what I previously said. I'm a very private person, and when we argue, I need my time, my quiet time, to to deal with what just happened. I'm not the type of person that can talk about it right away. I when at that moment I'm the type of person where I'm thinking everywhere. Like I cannot focus. Like I get angrier actually, and yeah. For the criticism part, I'm also the person that criticized Jill quite a bit, a lot, but much. It's just I guess because I'm not trying to use our backgrounds, but I just don't. I until now 6 years, dude. 6 years until now, I still do not understand. We are constantly in arguments because of it, or because obviously trying to understand each other, not only for the person that's criticizing the person and also the person being criticized. It takes both parties time, and time, it's not always the same for each person, right? It's like it's different for everybody, especially me. Until now, like again, I'll admit, like until now I get very, very frustrated because there was one time where a small example.
Examples are coming, guys.
What's the example? There was I don't remember what we were arguing about, but I criticized her about it because the way she was thinking, it was, to me at least, right? To me at least, let's say 1 + 1 is 2. As simple as that. But for her, it would be about 1 + 1, and then it would be like this. So it can't be that. It became more complicated than instead of just saying 2. But the answer will still be the same, but the equation is completely different. Where for me, it's like, why did you have to make that so much more complicated? But I mean, I cannot just go be like, you need to change that. Like that's how she thinks, but it takes time for
I lost my train of thought, but I was gonna say something.
I think I'm honestly right now already. I'm just rambling randomly. It's like
please grab the train.
after that, I don't know about you, but after that example I just gave, I'm sweating. I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, where am I going with this? The people are gonna be watching this. I need to be an example, but also I'm like, why am I an example? Like I'm not. You know.
No. I know. I think
The
I
back
know
of my
which one.
knees. I gotta stretch it quickly.
Sweaty. Don't touch me. No, well, so it was about like criticism and complaint, right?
Yeah.
I think for me personally, I am learning that even though I think I like to say, no, it's okay, I'm so chill, like I'm not controlling or, all that. I am.
She is not chill.
But in fact, I am realizing that I am not at all chill. And I'm having to unlearn how I communicate. I think it's because, and I don't know if my mom's gonna be watching this, but like at one point my mom said she is even scared of me and upsetting me, apparently because of the way I want things to be like this. And so this is apparently just known to everybody in my life that I am like this. And so I guess just trying to unlearn that, like, and be open to a different kind of mindset or a different kind of perspective and getting things done is what I've been trying to adjust. But at the same time, I think it goes both ways in that he's also different, whereas like he said, like a lot of the times he's like 1 + 1 is 2, whereas I would be like 1 + 0.25 + 0.25 + 0.5. You know what I mean? And so I think
I know. You just made Josh think.
Makes sense.
but do you get me? See? It's not just
Does it make sense to you?
thank you, women, and we're done. But yes, it's the learning. I think for me specifically, it's the tone, the delivery that I need to work on. Pretty much like how you said, spaghetti and all of that. It's like it's just finding a way of like delivering it in a loving way, and obviously to focus more on like not a you and putting the person down, but like finding a way to like uplift the person, I guess. Your partner, not the person, the partner.
Yeah, so Josh was kind of mentioning like his arguing style, or like the way he likes to process feelings. I kind of like I agree, and I see the benefit of now him like taking that time, although it's still really hard for me. But for me now, I feel like I'm the opposite also. I super relate to you also. But I am the opposite, and I'm kind of like, I can sense when there's like a little bit of upset, and I always want to like unpack it and like talk about it. But for me now, it's kind of like knowing which battle to pick at has been really important in terms of like protecting the marriage, because I can see sometimes.
Which fight should I start today?
Yeah, how many fights can
With the gloves, without the gloves.
No, yeah, like I can see the things that would like annoy him a little bit, or the things that would annoy me even. And then I have to, I'm trying to be more mindful about like, this is something not worth fighting about, or this is something that I need to be like understanding about, because it doesn't really, like, to fight about it would be more detrimental than to like understand. Rather than, or like, I mean, there are cases where it is worth bringing up, but not always. And like understanding when that is, I think, is a learning curve for me right now.
That's a good point.
I'm just the Hulk at home.
That was also what you said.
Ball of
right?
rage.
Also criticism.
What?
Complaining.
It's
Yeah.
just angry inside, like the Hulk.
Yeah, I think I know that you're meant for me, because I do a lot of complaining and I do a lot of criticism that
Take notes.
that I know I should be working on, especially the delivery, because sometimes the way I say it would probably be really harsh, but and proven safe if I'm wrong. But I think you kind of go past how I say it and kind of think, okay, what am I trying to say when I'm complaining, or what am I trying to say when I'm criticizing you, kind of thing. But I understand Joe with a lot of, especially your example with the 1 + 1 = 2. And I don't know if it's like a girl, like a woman's mindset, but at least when I was thinking about it, it's like, okay, we have a full household. We have 2 kids and 2 other people in our house. So it's like the way that I see things, I'm looking at it 10 steps ahead, or I'm looking at it in the bigger picture with trying to make everything so that it lines up. So with Joseph, he's very simple and very like, yeah, we'll get it done. But for me, I want the steps. Like, okay, how are we going to get it done? What time are we going to get it done? Especially like on Sundays, because Sundays is busy for us. So it's like, okay, what time am I going to get ready? What time are you going to get ready? Can you get ready at this time so that in between we can get the boys ready? So like these little fine details to make it so that the household is still moving. And during those times, I can see myself criticizing you, going like, why didn't you get ready at this time? Like, why didn't you just get ready in the morning when you woke up, kind of thing?
Because there is Arsenal match that I have to watch.
There's what?
There's an Arsenal game.
Yeah,
Like that.
like that. So, yeah, that's how I can understand like the girls with the whole tiny details, because it actually makes a big difference in how to get everything flowing well. Whereas these guys, very simple.
See us guys, we're just big picture.
Big picture without the little details. Without the little details.
Yeah.
We just need to see the big picture. We don't need to go like, what's that?
Yeah, because the ladies are
We will
there
do
to
that.
make
That's
sure
what we
that
do.
the
That's
big
what you guys
Yeah,
are for.
but then
Yeah.
Do we?
that's why we're together. Like I always tell him, I'm like, we're not supposed to be the same mind. We're supposed to like
you
use
mean?
our strengths.
I say that.
Okay, there we go. Exhibit A. I'm kidding.
Something
Yeah.
like my argument.
Yeah, it was just something I was saying. Yeah.
That's really good. When she was talking, I was like, yeah, I will say less, but my mind is working. Like I'm overthinking. I'm looking behind every word she says. So I'm like behind the camera. I'm there recording her. I'm looking at the intent, what she means. But many times after cooling down, I look at some of the complaints or conversations and I go, that was very stupid of me. That was very easy. Why can't I just participate or in this decision, like in a short time, have it done? If she says what time, if I haven't thought of it, why can't I just say, oh, give me 5 minutes, let me think about it, instead of going, this is the plan. Like there is no thoughts, there is no clear picture. And also part of our relationship, one of my responsibilities is also to learn her, to understand her. So if I know she's detail oriented, then my assignment is to try to put details in the way I communicate to her. So that's what I keep reminding myself. Because as much as I want to say, oh, she communicates differently, but I'm also looking at myself, but how can I make this better instead of waiting for her to change? So instead of being the policeman, many times I'd be like, how can I work on myself, the way I communicate, to match or to make it easier for her to understand? That's what I can say that I've been working on. Still work in progress. All right, let's now talk about faith. I want to hear your views when you look at your relationship with one another and your relationship with God. How has marriage shaped that relationship with God when, like, in that time period after getting married?
So, as you may or may not know, Shekinah is the worship director here at Living Word. And she's got a great deal of responsibilities in organizing people to make sure the worship set's ready for Sunday services. And being married to that usually entails that you're voluntold to do. I should say voluntold. I am volunteered to help out in whatever capacity, which I'm happy to do. But I have to say, like, in comparison to before, where I'd fill in whenever I'm needed. This marriage kind of has, I wouldn't say forced, but it's definitely pushed me to step up and take a greater deal of responsibility and involvement within the church. And with that, you don't really have a choice but to take your faith even more seriously than you did before. With the amount of time that you're dedicating to the church and to God, and being surrounded by godly people, it does. I think I've definitely grown a lot in my walk with God because of just because of that alone. Yeah. She's definitely given me more of a kick in the butt to take things a little bit more seriously, where I'd definitely go through seasons where I'd be too laid back, and you kind of let that take a backseat to whatever is currently pressing at the moment, whether that's work or your hobbies or people.
Me? Okay. Yeah, I think not in the opposite way, but in like a different way for me. Yeah, I feel like taking on like the worship team, for example, and even sometimes like the youth, although I'm like less involved with the youth in worship, or even just involvement in the church in general, I see it as a huge responsibility. This is true. And there's like a lot of work that gets put into it. And there would be definitely seasons where I'm a little bit more like exhausted or less willing to put in my everything into it. And in those moments, I think Josh has been like my main encouragement. Like there were times where I was like, oh, I don't know if I can like organize all of this, and if it's like really needed to be done in this way, or if it would really be like that encouraging. And then he would be the main like the main push for me, like the person who would push me the most to like really put in the effort that it deserves. For example, in those ministries, like he's saying that I'm the one that pushes him to grow, or not grow, but like participate, I guess, in the ministries. But in the same way, he pushes me also. So I think we're really, in this marriage, I think something I've seen is like we've grown in our faith and in our ministry by pushing each other. Yeah.
For me, I think so. Sorry, like how has this like affected your faith, right? Like how was marriage? A lot, I think, and I'm trying to collect my thoughts, but I think I'll say, oh my goodness, it's a lot. Okay, focus. I think for me, it has affected me in a way where the I had an image, right? I had an image of what marriage was gonna look like, because a little bit of context, in Dubai, we did this thing in our church where we called them the youth and singles group. We would be obviously I was in that group when I was there. We would be the ones to always plan the couples fellowship, and so a privilege that we got to get was hear all the speeches or like the preachers and stuff like that speak about marriage. And so I built like this image of what marriage is, like it's beautiful and all that stuff, and yes it is, but I kind of, the reality was kind of lost in my mind a little bit of like there will still be troubles. Like yes, you hear that there will be troubles, but like what those troubles were and how they were gonna hit me didn't really occur to me until I was in one, obviously. And I think I had to learn what it really means to trust God fully. And like, just because it doesn't look the way I think it should look like in the biblical sense and all that stuff, doesn't mean that we're not growing, or it doesn't mean we're not, like, I put like this invisible standard, I guess, in my head that I was trying to achieve on my own without like sharing with him that this was the standard that I wanted to achieve. And I realized that sometimes that's a reflection of how much am I really surrendering to God and how much am I really trusting God versus the image that I want our marriage to be. And so for me, that's how it affected me in my faith, and like really surrendering everything and what that really means. Surrendering it up to God, to His timing, to His will. And I think I've always known the story of how Jesus is described as like the groom and the church is his bridegroom. But like, I think seeing it in action in the marriage and like comparing how much love really Jesus have for us, that he's willing to forgive us regardless of, so all of that is just like in my mind, and it's just like it hits me every day of like how much Jesus really loves us. And I think that's how it is affecting my faith. Yeah, how much, that's my answer. Oh, I didn't cry, you guys.
You did it. You survived.
You don't have to say anything.
Yeah.
You don't. If you don't have an answer, you
I
don't.
don't have an answer for that one.
I'm just looking at you.
I think for us, well, I think our faith, or at least how I see faith, is, it's your own personal journey. And I've always had this conviction ever since like I was young. It's like I need to know why I believe what I believe. So for me, I didn't really, or I didn't really depend on you to kind of help me with my faith, because I walk through it and I know who God is to me at such a young age, and I completely understand my belief, although I'm still learning, obviously, but I know why I believe in Jesus and all of those things, and my identity in Jesus already before we got married. So after we got married, I don't think it really changed my faith as much. I think the one thing that changed was when we got kids. Because now I look at things with intention. So like the way that I talk to our kids, or what we show them, or what they listen to, or who they talk to. I'm always very attentive and mindful to make sure that what they're hearing is godly, what they're hearing is, or what they're seeing, hearing, and everything like that is pointing to the Lord. Because I feel like at their young age, that's when we can really try to point them to Jesus, before obviously they get older and they become youth and young adults, where our influence might not be as strong. So so I think when we had kids was when my faith and how I see our life changed, because I'm more intentional of what is around us in our family and what I let in and what we reflect.
So of course, before I got married, for me, I prayed for my wife since grade 10. 10, yes. Since grade 10, I started praying for my wife. So at the church I grew up in, we used to have this annual 40 days of praying and fasting. And during those days, we would have a time to pray for marriage. So when those who are married were praying for their marriage, I would be praying for my future wife. And I've had times to pray for the wrong ones. Um, but yeah.
How many times?
It's okay, don't go there. But when I knew her, then that time it was very specific. And my faith was that God, I trusted in God that He will give me a person who will stand with me, also help me in my faith with the Lord, and also do ministry. Us getting married, I would say, apart from the faith that saves us, I'm talking about the faith that sustains us as believers, that we have to have in God in everything. Like I shared before, I was very broke financially. I had a great vision. I've worked. I had some successes in my careers that I've done in the past. But when we got married, I had resigned from my work. So I had no job. And I'm marrying this Canadian lady. She was a student in the university. And I think some people, when they saw our wedding, they probably thought she sponsored the whole wedding. This is to make it clear, people in Rwanda, she did not sponsor our wedding. God did it because we chose to go by faith. We had questions that cannot be answered by anybody. Where is the money coming from? People coming, how are they going to eat? Like every need for the wedding. So it happened by faith. Even us being together, it was by faith. When I moved here, I had no paycheck to paycheck job. I was trying to do this business that was very slow, not responding. I couldn't even buy my air ticket. So there is a lot of things that are very simple, you would consider simple, but I couldn't afford doing them. When we got married, I was here, no job, nothing. The first 4 months, the first month, she was buying pretty much everything that I need to fit in the weather of Canada and get in line and ready for the job. I hated it. She would be like, it's okay, just get this. I'd be like, no, I don't want to get it, because I knew I'm depending more and more, and I've already depended on her for so long. So I wanted to be the man. But we've had moments where God's calling leads us in a place where it doesn't look like it makes sense, and it puts us in a condition where the finances are very tight. So we've had those moments, and I've seen her really standing and encouraging me. And okay, there are things I didn't tell her, but let me say them. But sometimes I would sit down and be like, oh God, thank you. Thank you for the wife you have given to me. I don't know what I would be doing, because it's one thing to be stressing when you're believing God with everything, but nothing is working yet. So having somebody that you sleep in the same room, you get to see her morning and night. If she's not on your side, comforting you, encouraging you, that will be breaking you. So I'll be like, God, thank you. Thank you for the wife you have given to me. So that's one thing. Finances. We've had a moment where we lost our baby. My worry was not mainly on me. My worry was mainly on her. Even in my prayer, I was praying that the Lord will give her strength, because I knew if she's comforted, I will be comforted. But I knew that me being comforted without her would be so hard, because I knew my comfort will mean nothing. So I was praying for her. The Lord will comfort her. And of course, I'm not saying it's done. It will probably never be done. We will never recover. But seeing that season coming, a season that shook us. And I remember those weeks, we would just be in the house. We would send our oldest son daycare. I would just be in the house and talking, asking questions, praying. Just in that season, as hard as it was, I saw God really comforting us in a way that I can't explain. I don't know how we survived that season, but God gave us this understanding of He's there even in our troubled time. So that again shaped my faith. Recently, I've been serving at church. There has been a season of the unknowns at our church, being there, and we would be talking and trusting God. Even when we don't know what's next, even when we don't know what's coming, we'd still be praying. And I'm just giving this little story to show how before getting married, even up to now, I really see God working on me through this marriage. I see my faith in the Lord getting stronger and stronger. And I get many reasons to say, if God did it, then I shouldn't worry. He can do any other thing that I don't see the answer, that I don't see the future. So that really gives me hope. And sorry for being too long, but I wanted to share that. Yeah. Ooh. What will be the next question? Okay, let's go to this one. Now let's talk about each other. What do you like? What do you really appreciate in your partner? You can give examples here. This is this is a good one for examples. So you can be as specific as you can. One or two things that you appreciate.
There's just too many to count.
What?
I was just gonna say, like, there's a lot.
Wow.
And I've told you these answers already too.
What are these answers?
Oh no, you're for sure.
She's like, tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me.
You never told me.
You never told me. Oh, really?
No, for Jill, what I appreciate about her is she's headstrong. Like, she's one of the people that I know she knows what she wants exactly, and it gives us direction. You know, me, Levi, and her. It gives our family direction to where we should be facing and where we should be headed.
Mm.
Yeah. There's a lot more, but
Oh, it's that guy. This is a lot.
I'm just in the spot. I can't think of it right now. I'll tell you later.
Guys, please hold him accountable. He said he'll tell me later.
I'll try to record it.
For me, and this is something that my brother actually pointed it out too. Like he noticed so we had a COVID wedding. A little bit of backstory. We had a COVID wedding. It was a little bit rushed and all that stuff because we didn't know if COVID was going to end, and we had a little window where he could come to Dubai and we can get married, and so everything was rushed. And I usually, even though I'm panicking, like I'm not panicking that I don't know what I'm doing, but like I'm frantic, right? And then he would just be there, just like calm and steady as a rock, and that's one of the things that I appreciate about him, because I get too into the details, but he likes to hold me up and be like, okay, let's just get one step at a time. And like, I do need that reminder. I can do it myself, but I think now that we have a family, it does get overwhelming sometimes. And so having him there to kind of just like hold me up too, and kind of like, I guess, I don't know what the term I'm looking for is. It's like, put direction to the energy that I have going on, is one thing I appreciate about him. And when he really puts his mind to it, I strongly believe that he is a good leader, and that he is good at like delegating like what we should be doing in order to get things moving. So yeah, I appreciate that about you.
There's no example.
I gave an example. The wedding, the COVID wedding.
No, but that was like a very big one. That's okay. It's okay.
So who's pushing now?
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm actually fishing because I don't remember that day. Like
You don't?
like, you meet.
I have a photo.
What was I delegating?
I'll put the photo up. I'll send the photo.
What was I delegating?
Huh?
What was I delegating?
No, the delegating is not
Oh, just in
necessarily
general.
that day, just like
Oh,
in
okay,
general.
gotcha.
But like, yeah, I have a photo. I'll show you.
Oh,
Stories.
here we go. Photos.
Okay, something I really appreciate about Josh is that he is very dependable. Not just to me, but to everybody around him, like in the workplace, in his family, like extended family, immediate family, like to his parents, to his sister, and then especially to me. I think like I don't necessarily know if I looked for like a pillar or like a rock to depend on when I was looking for a husband, or maybe I didn't really like look, but God definitely gave me a dependable husband, and so that's one quality that I can appreciate a lot. Like if I think I'm anxious about different things. He's anxious about today, but I am the anxious person in our relationship. I think there's like always a lot of things in my head all the time. There's like, I don't know, I'm like constantly thinking about like 5 different tasks that I need to do like day by day. And he is always like such a steady presence. And if I'm like feeling anxious, he's like, I feel like he knows when to divert the attention from the things that's making me anxious, or when to actually like take the lead and be like, okay, let's do this. And then, yeah, so that's one quality that I really appreciate about him. Another thing is that he is kind to everyone around him. Like maybe he doesn't like somebody, or maybe
I like everything.
like maybe there's people that he doesn't get along as much with, but I feel like you'd never know. Like he always shows his love to other people.
Everybody's just like doubting. Oh,
Yeah.
this is like me. He secretly hates me, doesn't he?
I won't tell who, but I know. Just kidding. Yeah.
Was it my turn? Oh, sorry.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it? Oh man, Shekinah, where do I start? Honestly, like every day, I'm actually in awe of how brilliant this woman actually is. Whenever I hear about her accomplishments, everything that she's doing in her lab, she'll like force me to like sit through her presentations just to like practice and stuff. And it might seem like I'm not listening, but most of the time, the reason why I can't retain a lot of the stuff that you're telling me is because it just goes over my head.
What's my thesis? Just kidding.
Like honestly, I just have such an immense amount of pride for the person that she is, and everything that she's done. And one thing that I really appreciate about her is, with everything that she has going on in her career, or her academic life, in her career, in her responsibilities here in the church, to her family, to our family, she's still so like intentional with the time that she carves out. That's something that I've kind of grown to learn, getting to know Shekinah, was that like an hour at the end of the day to spend with us just felt like, oh yeah, sure, I'm free then, for me. But with everything that she has going on, that hour has been purposeful and it's been planned out. And she has done a lot of pre-work the week before so that we could have that time together. And it just it kind of humbled me a lot, actually, with how much I didn't really treasure that time. Well, not that I didn't treasure it. I loved spending the time with you, but like not to like the amount that it deserves, because she's so intentional with what she does and the sacrifice that it takes. If it meant studying a week in advance, or getting all this pre-work ready just so that we could go to the mall later that week. Yeah, she's very sacrificial, but like you'd never really know it, and she won't like throw it in your face or anything. Yeah, I really love that about you.
You're about to cry.
I'm crying. What do you mean?
I think for me, what I really appreciate about Joseph is that he's very patient with me, because I can be really crazy, especially at home. I'm like a drill sergeant at home to make sure that everything is going well. So I really appreciate Joseph because he understands where you're going. Are you crying?
No, you will be.
No, I'm not. Yeah, so he he tries to understand me, and he's very patient with me, especially in my moody sessions where 1 hour I'm this wonderful person to be around, and then all of a sudden I just become very irritated or overstimulated to the point where I'm like, I just want to be alone, leave me alone. And he understands it, and he's very patient with me. So that's one thing.
All right. I shared most of my
Yeah.
side. Yeah. Okay. She wants me to skip. Now I want to say something. Only because she wants me to skip. One thing that I really appreciate her on is she's not selfish. She's always wanting to share what she has with other people. And growing up in a culture that is family based, which I know it's similar to her, welcoming people, having people at home, opening the doors for everybody. It's something that I always really wondered if it will come to an end after I get married. But the Lord has blessed us and has blessed her with a heart of welcoming people, talking to people. There are times I don't know how to start a conversation with somebody, especially when we don't know each other. I can look so reserving, but for her, it's really easy to like make people connect and start talking. So I appreciate that. So when we have people I'm not used to, I just go behind her. She will start, then I'll come in. So it makes it easy. I appreciate that. Now, coming to the end of our conversation, I would like to ask everybody to give a piece of advice. We've talked about some emotional stuff, some things that we are very anxious to talk about because we're still dealing with them. But what would be a piece of advice that you would like to give somebody who's watching right now? They might be married, young couples like us, or aspiring to get married, or even older couples. What is one piece of advice would you like to give to them? We can start from this side.
Why are we always a piece of advice.
Yes.
I guess for the advice I'd give is it will be annoying, it will be stressful, it will be challenging, it will be the best time of your life. And no matter what it is, just try to love every moment of it. Pretty much. Appreciate it. Because one day you'll be pissed off or mad at each other, but tomorrow you both are gonna think about it and laugh. You know what I mean? And whatever route it takes you, you will end up where you're supposed to be, and just love it instead of resent it, you know, and regret it. And do not regret it. That's what I meant. Yeah.
Some things you can regret.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. Okay, for me, this is a tough one. I feel like there's so many things running through my head. But the one thing that's like popping up like repeatedly would be ready to forgive, I think. And when I say that, I don't mean forgive just the other person, but also yourself for your shortcomings. I feel like that's where I'm always really, really hard on myself, that I bring my own self down, and sometimes I bring him down with me because I'm so hard. I'm like, I didn't do this. I'm not like, all that stuff. So yeah, I think for me it's that. I'm sure you guys will come up with cool advices, but that's mine.
Be mindful of what you say, and please forgive me, all Filipinos. Love me. I eat the spaghetti, the Filipino spaghetti. I eat it. So be mindful of what you say. You're in a relationship. Learn how to talk to your partner in a way that's very considerate. And also be a less criticizer, be more of a complainer. Complain about you, me, instead of going you. Then give your best in your relationship.
I think for me, it's marriage isn't the end. It's another journey. It's another chapter in your life where you have to fight for it and protect it and make sure that you're glorifying God. Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life.
Amen.
Indeed.
I guess in my 1 year of experience, something that we've kind of learned in our journey is I guess the advice that's come from it is it's to learn how your partner communicates, because everybody kind of has their own way of receiving, like, you know about all the love languages. Besides that, like the way they are, the best way that they can accept criticism, I guess. I don't know if there's a better way to put that, but if the objective is to, I would use the analogy from before, the 1 + 1 = 2, to get to 2.
That's
Full circle. A lot of the time, the problem isn't the equation itself, but it's the road to reaching the answer. I had a whole thought fully fleshed out and it's like gone. I guess what I'm trying to say is to get to the destination, you kind of have to learn. When I say destination, when I'm talking about like the resolution to a problem or a conflict, you kind of have to learn how to view things through your partner's eyes, so that you can best effectively communicate what you need and figure out what she or he needs, so that you can all arrive at the solution. Because people are definitely receptive to different methods. Some people like the straightforward answer. And some people want answers to the other possibilities that could branch out from the issues. That being said, I don't really know where I was going with this. Talk over.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Okay, my turn. Yeah, I kind of agree with your point. It's okay, I understood it. What you were saying. I think, yeah, like just to build off of that, that marriage is about teamwork. And when you have disagreements, a lot of the time you can kind of like antagonize the other person, but like I am sure like 99.9% of the time it's never like a malicious thing. Like, and you need to try to see from their perspective, like Josh said, maybe like why they're doing something a certain way, and maybe try to meet them in the middle to get to like a conclusion or like a resolution. And then sometimes that maybe like the middle is like further on the other person's side than yours, and sometimes maybe you need them to come like to where you are at, and that's okay too. Like it's okay to ask that you need them to come meet you where you are, and the other way around. So yeah, teamwork.
I'd like to appreciate all of you for giving your time, giving your stories, your emotions, and I truly appreciate. I hope those who are watching right now, you've had good time, and I will ask you again, go ahead, share this story. It can be a message of hope to somebody who needs it. Don't forget to subscribe, and see you next time.